Hello, my name is Bryant. I'm going to demonstrate today the application machine. This is a desktop as a service solution built by Expertech Solutions in February 2014. The first thing I'm going to do is explain the use cases that I'll demonstrate today. The first use case will be an administrator of the application machine will log on, they will create a user, then they will assign a service to that user and provision that service. The second use case will be that service will then be accessible by the user. The user will then provision additional services and they will be provisioned automatically to their desktop. So let's start with logging on to the administration console for the service. This will normally be either a desktop shortcut or a favorite URL. The underscore AC3 is the tenant that has been created for this demonstration. So as you see here, what's displayed is a console available for an administrator. In behind this console you'll see there are reports in my account, but I'll just click on here to show you the users that have been created. These have been created by administrators. So I'm now going to create a new user. Let's call this person John Smith. Let's give them a password 02. As simple as that. And we click the button provision. And we'll be presented with a list of services. In this case, I'm going to select an Exchange account. So I click Exchange. We need to assign a storage limit. Apply those changes. And then I'm going to provision an Exchange account. In this case, we have created a straight-through provision where we have not included any workflow approvals. So this is provisioned directly to Exchange. If you desire, there's a workflow engine that sits behind this orchestration tool that can be used to create approval workflows. You need to note that the workflow approval process will add time to the provisioning. just wait a moment. As you appreciate, this is quite a complex process. In the real world today, to provision a user and an Exchange account will require most organizations to lodge service requests to their service desk, which will then be passed to IT support so that they can create the user in Active Directory. And once that's completed, they then assign an Exchange account. So as you see there, that has gone green, and that means that the account's been created. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to log off as the administrator. I'm going to close my browser just to clear any cookies that might be there, remembering that I'm now going to log on as John Smith. So John Smith will go to a separate URL, which is, we'll call it Go Application Machine, but this will be embedded on your desktop. So it's J Smith at AC3 being the tenant, and if you recall the password, it's password 02. I'll just check that. Yeah, I checked it, got that wrong. Okay, so what we have now is, as you see up here, this is a domain name and John Smith's account. So we're going to use a Windows 7 desktop, and we're just going to open that desktop. So what we would expect to see is, given this is the initial logon, a virtual desktop from the pool of virtual desktops will be assigned to John Smith, and normally we would have a corporate template desktop. For the purposes of our demonstration, we've provided a rudimentary desktop, and this is now getting prepared for him on this initial logon. Now, if you're familiar with IT, you would know that getting an Exchange account on your desktop normally takes days, and we've reduced that to minutes. So I'm going to allow John's desktop to start up. Right, so he's now started up. I'm just going to show you. You see right here, this is John's desktop. And remember, we provisioned an Exchange account, so I'm going to launch Outlook Web Access. Okay, Outlook Web Access. So the domain for this user, for this company is Workscape. Just check his password. and let's sign it. So there you go. So we've now accessed John Smith's Exchange account. That was the result of the provisioning done a couple of minutes ago. So we'll just sign out of the Exchange account, and I now want to demonstrate now how John Smith can provision a service for himself. So normally this provisioning service would be again an icon on his desktop or a saved favorite, but it effectively takes him to his management console. And you'll see that it'll look familiar. It will look like the console of the administrator. So John would log in. And then immediately he's presented with his own console to request services. So when he clicks on all users, he will see just services for himself. So we're in the process of reskinning the web pages, but effectively it will function the same way. So here you go. So John Smith at ac3.com, he's already got one service. So we click on here, it'll show us hosted exchange. Now John wants to, let's say, get a link account. So he goes to his services function and he clicks on link. Select link. Let's say selects PC to PC. You'll notice it's automatically put in his link address as jsmith at workscape.com.au. And let's hit the provision. And again, amber represents provisioning. This could be supplemented with a workflow that goes off to his manager for approval of access to that service, and then John would be sent an email to say that service has been requested, awaiting management approval. But we'll just allow the link provision to occur. It's very similar to as you see there, the little red light shows that there was a problem with that process request. Okay, so we'll close that. And John's been told he's got a problem. So we'll close that. We'll log off as John here. I'll close down the application machine. Should go back to the. Okay, so we're on John now. He had a problem. I'll need to go and find out what that was. So I'll now disconnect from John. log off here, close down my browser. So what I demonstrated today were two use cases. The first use case was where an administrator signs a service, creates a user for John Smith, and then enables him for use of Exchange. And you see that happened. Then the second use case where John Smith was logged on and requested a service, Link Enterprise. He requested that from his own console, but that Link Enterprise service request failed with an error around his user access privilege. So that's what I wanted to demonstrate today, and thank you.